Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion. Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion. Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion. Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion.
Hello once again and welcome to Poetry in Motion Sunday. I'm Craig Lewis and you're watching episode 68. As we begin my first poem, this one is called Some Graft Until They Live Like Kings. Like eyes that glow when joy is beheld, or the freedom renowned for employing yourself, and your t-shirt reads, I am boss. With no compromise taken, let's not be mistaken, to get there you paid all the cost. Oh, to answer to none when you're feeling so done that you need a day off. To know there will never be a day when you're called into the office to receive your last pay due to you being laid off. We once played off things the teachers would say each time they relay their predictions. Some kids would falter and stray from their missions. Some turned out successful, some turned to addictions. I guess in this case, passion wins. The deceased are now flapping their wings as they watch over the world. Some say they see what the day brings. Some graft until they live like kings and gift their queens with diamonds and pearls. And moving on to my second poem, this one's called A Chapter That's New. Like hands that tremble, symbol dread, the times to fight were the times he fled, like a mouse being chased by a cat. But the size of his guy and his actions compared, it would strike how it just didn't match. He towered the Buddhas that chased him down. I guess his renown, no backbone was found, or maybe he knows not his strength. Some guys lift weights when they go to the gym and still don't happen to be his hench. Oh, in his life, if only he had a particular person to teach him to jab, he'd never feel the need to run. He's the eldest of four, his dad's not around, and he literally towers his mom. And due to his size, he gets mocked by the guys who say they're just having some fun. To their every joke, he was the pun. One day, enough was enough, and never was the tables turned. He studied the moves of a boxer online, and he took out the time so he'd learn. 50 sit-ups each day he would do to make his stomach more firm. The time would come one day after school, he smashed them all, now he's standing cool. His popularity grew. Now with glee he opens his book and turns to a chapter that's new. And moving on to my third and final poem of the day, this one is called Ouch. Like a cover of a song sang so sweet, her voice he loved to hear. The times that she weren't near would show no grin from ear to ear. A frown would rule his face. He'd be the last to laugh and joke or banter with his mates. Each day would seem a snail pace, like he's awaiting paint to dry. And this is how each day would seem through his naked eye. But each time that she was around, oh boy, the time would fly. Like two magpies taken off. Prior he loved being single, it said, but love had made him soft. Tossing and turning in bed where he led, she's paying no rent to live in his head. It's hard to shut down and switch off. He'd go to work feeling fatigued the next day, and this would get picked up by his boss. He gave him one warning, then gave him another. His work was affected when missing his lover. It wasn't long before he would discover she gave him the clap for not using a rubber. And there you have it. Your poetry fix for me this week. I hope you enjoyed. Until next week, short and sweet. Take care.
Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion. Poetry in motion, Sunday poetry in motion. Poetry in motion, Sunday.